We're trying to introduce a new, basically a final scoring system for the Ike Gauntlet.
Point system.
Point system where we can give you guys one number at the very end of the show to say this is how the truck is rated.
Howdy folks, Nathan Adlin here, way up in the Rockies in Colorado, and I'm with
Mr. Truck Kent.
And Andrei Smirnov.
That's right, and guess what we have behind us? This is the 2016 Nissan Titan XD, and you guys have been absolutely begging for a real test, and look what we got.
This is the Ike Gauntlet run. This is for real. And we got a gooseneck trailer, right?
Big gooseneck trailer, loaded with four-wheelers. Whoa.
To the max, basically.
We are to the max.
Coming up next, you guys are going to see us take on the Ike Gauntlet.
So we need to look at this level and see how we are on tongue weight and all.
All right, we got a lot of work ahead of us.
Yes.
Tractor number?
Fast lane number 1. We spent pretty much all night loading this trailer, didn't we?
Yes, and it was damn cold.
Yeah, so, and we put center blocks on the very back, right? And
That's right.
Pushed the ATVs all the way back.
Right.
Because we did not want too much tongue weight on this truck, correct?
That's right, and that's a nice way of having a mobile weight so you can move it around. Because we did need to do that because this truck is like a lot of your trucks, light tongue weight and a heavier trailer. So you try to make that work, and it's not easy.
Yeah, the payload of the Titan XD, the way it's configured here, is around 1,800 pounds.
Okay.
Just under 1,800 pounds. So
Right.
that's why we were working so late, right?
Yes, and that's why the center blocks are clear at the very tail end, because we're trying to move all the way as far back as we can,
Right.
and still have a nice load that, and we're level and it pulls well.
From the tunnel coming down to our exit, we've counted 9 times that Kent has had to hit the brakes in order to get us down the hill. But well, tell us about what you felt with the gear shift, because it's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I expected more grade shifting with this Nissan transmission, and I only actually felt it once at these speeds. And that's kind of surprised. I figured, going down, because I would brake it from 60, when it hit 60, brake it to 50. I figured at 50 I would have some grade shift, but I didn't really see it. But 9 is actually pretty good.
I think we're going to probably have one more at the very end of this, just to slow down here, which is...
Well, I'm at 56 miles an hour. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
We're
keeping it keeping it basically between 55 and 60 miles per hour is what we did with the other vehicles we've done this test with. So 9 is the total number.
Yeah. And
that's pretty good.
Yes, it is. And see, this is where I think an exhaust brake would be a good thing to have.
Yeah, it would be a good thing to have, wouldn't it?
Now this new Titan XD is a little taller than the last Titan, so we wanted to make sure this will still fit your trailer. So we want it to fit your gooseneck and your 5th wheel. This is a shout out to Jason. He said his old truck was 55.5. We've measured this now, loaded with the tongue weight on here, we're 53.5. Empty, it was 56.5, so we squatted 3 inches. So keep that number in mind. 53.5 is how much room you have here when you hook up your 5th wheel. You don't want to run in this bed rail, and that happens if on a tall truck.
And go. So the Titan XD with the Pro 4X package, it has a GVWR of 8,990 pounds. Max towing is 11,784 pounds.
Right.
And maximum payload is 1,733 pounds. Now, to remind you guys, the reason why Andre isn't with us is because with him in the vehicle, we would actually be over on that weight. Right now, we are pretty much exactly on the maximums.
And that's a problem. You've got a trailer weight, and you don't have one person in the truck to get your payload. And what are you going to do? You can never really reach that maximum number if you can't have anybody in the truck with you. It's just weird.
Now, speaking of numbers, right now we've been averaging, we're doing really good on speed. And right now our gas mileage is averaging 3.9 miles per gallon. This is one of the few vehicles that has manual controls that allow you to do what?
Lower the headlights so you can kind of level you out with the trailer if you're kind of squatting too much.
Right.
This is a special engine. It's a V8 that is built specifically for this rig. More importantly, it puts out 310 horsepower and 555 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to an ASIN 6-speed automatic transmission, and being that this is the Pro 4X version, it's 4-wheel drive, feeding all 4 wheels. It sounds to me like a regular V8 when it's at higher RPM.
Yeah.
And it is a smoother, you know what it is? It's not the clatter that we hear from a regular diesel, because, you know, the regular straight six,
Right.
that's a clatter that you can hear.
Yeah.
So this one is, but I can also hear, at least on my side of the vehicle, a little bit of a hum, a resonance. And I think that may have been...
I bet you're right, because you hear that. It's not really the engine. It might be a little bit of a noise, even though we got laminated glass.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I'm impressed with. We're staying in about the peak horsepower range, which is what you need after you get started.
Yep.
For acceleration, and we're staying between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM.
This mirrors a little bit of good and bad. Here's the, well, it's a $58,000 truck, right? Yeah, you gotta kind of do that to get it in and out. It does fold, which is great, yeah. But it's all manual. However, there is something kind of cool about it. If you look under here, there is a camera that's facing this direction. And the reason it's doing that is for the 360 bird's eye view, which is, in my mind, one of the best things you can put on a truck when it comes to parking and general maneuvering. The spacing between the DEF and diesel is actually really good and allows you to get easy access to it. Now, by the way, and we're almost there, we're almost at the stopping point. This vehicle, if you're interested in actual numbers and seeing everything in front of you, go to the website, tfltruck.com, and you will see full detailed information on how we did this test, how it was conducted, and what the scores were. All right, we are almost there. We've passed the 8-minute mark.
One semi's on our way, but we're in the fast lane.
Yeah, and we haven't had, we're fast lane. We haven't had to lay up any at all on the accelerator, right? I mean,
One time back there when that Ford was in front of us, I backed up a little.
Okay, so you did
full throttle again. So we've been full throttle mostly.
Okay, and here we go. Just a second. Okay, 8 minutes, 44 seconds. And our gas mileage now is 3.9 miles per gallon.
Here's how the Ike Gauntlet scoring system breaks down. We have 4 elements, each one worth 25 points. First, the downhill. Every time we touch the brakes, you lose a point. Then uphill, time. 8 minutes as our benchmark. Every 5 seconds over that, you lose a point. Then the uphill MPG. 6 MPG is our benchmark. Every 0.2 MPG below that, we lose a point. And finally, every reviewer gets maximum 25 points for the subjective part. We average that together and come up with the final number for the truck. Out of 25 points, how would you rate the overall experience?
I gave it a 15, and my disappointment was coming down the hill. I thought I should have grade shifted more often. Going up the hill, I was very impressed. It stayed in the horsepower band very well. Stayed between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM. It did. I thought I was impressed on the way up the hill.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the power plant. I'm going to be a little nicer than Kent. I'm going to give it 17 points.
Okay.
But I'm disappointed about the lack, last time I'm going to say it, lack of an engine brake.
Yeah,
right?
exhaust brake, yeah.
Exhaust brake. And the control location is a bit of an issue. But overall design and engine, overall, I was very impressed with. And the brakes are solid, by the way. Really good brakes.
Right.
The average between Kent and I is 16 points.
16 points. The final number, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
63. So that's our first rating for the Titan XD.
Right. We'll know more about that. We do more trucks because now we don't know if that's a high or low number.
Right.
So,
We don't know anything yet.
yeah. Yeah. We're as usual. We don't know a whole lot.
But at least now we have a solid way for everybody back home to follow the point system. You go to the website, you'll be able to see everything that we've done on that point thing, top to bottom.
And then you can score the truck by your point system. You know, off
Absolutely.
of how we calculate.
Nathan, we're at the truck stop again. And what do we have here?
This is the brand new 2016 Toyota Land Cruiser, and it has, other than a front end that's all new, something else that's special.
That's right, it's an 8-speed transmission for this model year. And this is a popular overland vehicle, right? People take these across continents.
Oh, absolutely.
And we want to see how it does on the highway as far as MPGs.
I'm going to say that this baby can get up to 19 miles per gallon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I think the EPA rates it at 18 on the highway, but it's a heavy off-road truck. You know, I'm gonna say 17. I'll bet you 17.
All right, what's the bet?
How about lunch?
Lunch it is.